since Nomad Scientist Lab is complete without body parts and jars. We got our brain, we got our heart, and we got the pumping station to keep the air filter, the air going in. Got to keep them alive, right? So here's the pumping station I built. I'll show you some videos and some pictures of the pieces, parts I used, and how I put it together. Hopefully give you some ideas if you're putting one together yourself. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, I'm going to start with the very, very basics of what I'm going to build. I need the box to house my stuff. This is a box for a control timer for a walk-in. I was out at a customer's van, saw it laying in the back there. I was like, hey, my friend, what are you going to do with that? So he gave it to me. It's going to work perfectly. First thing I'm going to do with that is fill in these knockouts here. I already started down the bottom. All I'm using is Elmer's wood filler, because it happened to be sitting next to me in the basement when I was working on it, so I threw it on there to try it. And sand her down a bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, because it's got to look like it's a little bit abused and beat up by the time I'm done, so any crevices and cracks will be fine. So that's going to work good. Opens up. Got plenty of room to stash stuff in there and get wiring in the pump and all kinds of stuff, so that works out nice. Got the two valves I want to mount on the front. These I just picked up off of eBay. You can usually, a lot of people are selling them individually, 5, 10, 15 bucks a piece, and then every once in a while you find people selling them in bulk, 5 or 10 of them at a time, and it usually averages out to about $2, $3 per valve, which I don't think is bad for a nice old genuine brass valve there. And just a aquarium pump off Amazon, 2-port, little beefier one I could find, I think, hopefully. So gonna get working on this, get some things filled in, get some ideas, and we'll add bells and whistles later once we get the basics done with it. So, alright, going to get started on her. Okay, got my my cover prepped. Got the holes filled in I wanted to. Drilled 2 holes in the front. This is where the main valves are going to go. Those are the only 2 things I'm sure of right now, so I went ahead and drilled them. I'm sure I'll add other things and make more later, but just wanted to get them done. Time to give it a copper look. If you see my lab, I love lots of copper, lots of brass. Try to go with original stuff if I can. If not, I'll make it myself. And the old spray can, different colors. I got lighter and darker copper colors, and we'll antique it later with some black latex paint. But for now, we're going to give this a couple coats and get the ball rolling on it. Cool. Well, we're getting closer all the time. Got this painted up, got my holes drilled for the valves. This is where I'm going to be housing the aquarium pump. So I gave that a shot, ran some tubing through the back, made sure I was getting airflow through these in a cup of water, so everything looks like it's working. So the functionality part of it is good to go. Now it's going to be the embellishments, making her look old, making her look cool. So threw a couple of things on here, whipped up this heat sink looking thing with a piece of copper and some thin copper wiring. What's great, doesn't have to look perfect because it's going to be old looking. This stuff here looks like the same thing that if you took some solid strand wire, cut the plastic off, probably got the same thing there. These I whipped up, got a couple more to make, a couple different styles, but one thing I always prefer to use, like I said, if these are all metal, it'd be awesome, but only had one, so my trusty go-to for myself here is the old Smooth On, the Umu 25 to create my casting, and the smooth cast. So I got a couple of these, I got some more things in works. Now I'm just going to start laying them on here. This will look like a little heat exchanger, I believe, on the front. Pile of goodies here. And this is the fun part, decorating her up, trying to make her look good. So we're getting closer all the time. Still got to drill a little hole up in the corner up there because we're going to run power up there. So here we are. Get ready to have some fun with it. Alright, here she is. Ready to go. All aged. I'm going to put the valves in just a little bit later. I got to run the the tubing out the back for the aquarium pump and cut a hole in the side here for the power. But she's looking good, and she's going to blend right in with everything else on the wall there. So let's get her set up, ready to go, and be a permanent part of the lab. Okay, and here she is with all the proper lighting all set up and going. Got the power running to her there. You can hear the pump running, sending that precious oxygen down into the heart, keep her pumping, and oxygen over to the brain, because you just never know. I made it this far without one, so maybe someday. There she is. Alright, I appreciate you watching. Hope this inspires you to create. I'd love to see what you build. Till next time, we'll see you soon.